What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here, and it's almost that time, man. It is, if I'm not mistaken, today is the 30th, and I'm about 1 month away from NaNoWriMo. And after last year, that loss led to multiple strings of defeat. And this year, and I promised myself after I lost, I said that'd be the last time that those bastards ever get me. So I've been definitely preparing myself all year from strictly a mental standpoint for November, because it was just one of those losses to where you promise yourself that you're never going to lose again. And because it's one that hurts. It's one because you can take some losses and other things, and you won't really feel as much. You feel some pain, but you won't feel as much. But whenever you take a loss in something that you love, when you take a loss in what you plan to have as your career, and what you plan, and what is your dream, and what you plan to do for the rest of your life, that hurts. And after that, man, it was quite an experience. So this year, I'm about 1 month away, and the best way for me to just calm down and think is by playing Call of Duty. So with Modern Warfare Remastered coming out, and now with World at War on the Xbox One, I've had a lot of time to just play and think. And this is one of those games right here when this Team Deathmatch on CeeLo that I just let my body go and flow while I thought in my mind, just of some stuff to add to the story, and of the story itself, and what I want to do. And it's just something to where there's always been a connection between my Call of Duty gameplay and or just video games in general, but mainly Call of Duty, because Call of Duty I can play it because I've been playing it for so long. I can play it more mindless, and then I can put some more thought into something else while I'm still playing the game. And it's something that I've been mentally preparing myself for since last year. But now that we're in the final month before NaNoWriMo, I feel like I have to prepare myself even more than last year. I have to get into like swimwear. I have to definitely tighten up, because last year but last year, with all of like the Shogun assassination stuff going around, and I went into it ready, but I was just so out of it due to all the stuff that was happening at the time. But this year, no matter what happens, nothing is going to distract me nothing's going to distract me from the ultimate goal that I want to achieve, which is finally having the other part of the novel completed, and hopefully by December. No, not even hopefully. I will by December have this thing finished and ready to be edited, which I can't wait for. It's going to be quite an awesome uh, time after working on this thing for so many years. To finally see it come into fruition is going to be a fantastic day. But before we get to that, we have to go through the hard struggles of actually getting it done. And with my preparations, I feel like I think I'm ready. But here in October, I'm definitely going to go through it again. I'm gonna go through the other half of the story again. I'm gonna try to just get some preliminary writing done, so that way whenever I get in there, because I don't even want to start. It's just like, whenever you lose and you want to prove, it's like you can beat all these other individuals, but when you want to prove it to the individual that you lost to, when you want to prove it to let's just say, like, if it's a team sport and you want to prove it to the team that you lost to, man, or one-on-one, you want to prove it to the person that told you suck, or whatever the case may be. That's how I feel, man. I could have began writing the day after, but somewhere deep inside told me that I need to do it now, man. Like that I need to wait until November, because right there is where I lost, and right there is where I win, and I will prove that someone can lose and come back and win it, man. And it's something that I just really, in the deepest part of my soul, there's this ridiculous, you know, I want to explode with how much I cannot wait for November 1st to come around, because that is going to be my month. And because of that, and there'll be like an official announcement video later on, but I'm going to have to push a lot of stuff that I do regularly on the side, because with school and with work, along with YouTube, I'm not going to be able to get in the time that I want to have in NaNoWriMo. So I'm definitely gonna have to cut back on YouTube, but that announcement video will come near the end of October, for sure. But it's just right now is the time to prepare myself. These Call of Duty sessions have been great because it allows my mind to go blank, and then from nothingness I can create something. That's usually how I like to work. I like to go into something fresh, with a blank slate, and an inspiration will come, or while I'm thinking about it, then something will just pop up. And that's why I remember one time I heard in an interview, I think it was with Oda, that he said that in the deepest parts of the night, whenever you're hungry and you're extremely sleepy, that's where you create absolutely new ideas. And I find that to be extremely interesting, because even though it is true, I also find it true to where whenever you're calm in the mind, whenever there's a lot of different places whenever you can create ideas, but to me, like, a lot of my ideas come from whenever I'm washing dishes, whenever I'm driving to school, whenever I'm just running around, exercising, whenever you're focused on something else, man. Whenever they tell you to do something else, but your mind is like, it's a rebel, and it's wanting to focus and think about this. That is where most of my ideas will come out of, and that's just what I use Call of Duty for. I definitely use Call of Duty whenever I'm not playing with anyone else, like specifically when I'm playing Call of Duty by myself. I really use that time to just think about what I can do to improve. Mainly my writing, but even just when it comes to YouTube or just life in general, I can definitely use Call of Duty and writing, both of them, to just dissolve. And even reviewing, like, most of the stuff that I do as a hobby, or as a dream, or as a goal, is something that will really, I will come home from whatever happens, and I will throw all of my emotion that I have into that one very thing. And that's sometimes why some of those videos end up being extremely emotional. But that's just because of what happens, and this is what I use. My gaming, my writing is what I use to just throw it all out there. I think the combination of playing Call of Duty while having it in the back of my mind and preparing for it, and then I turn over to my computer, I'll write down some notes, and then I'll go to my notebook and write down some notes. I think that this year, with Modern Warfare Remastered coming out in November, on Call of Duty 4, which is the game I've invested more of my time into than possibly any other thing. And the Modern Warfare trilogy, I've poured more hours into and more days into than I think any other thing. Yeah, I can safely say that, probably besides wrestling. I've watched a lot of wrestling, but when it comes to the Modern Warfare Remastered coming out this year, it's going to be very interesting on how that's going to play out, because I'm going to want to play Modern Warfare Remastered so bad. But in the latest times of the night, whenever I'm playing that game at like 4 in the morning, man, and I turn over to the side, and because of playing Modern Warfare Remastered, I have this brilliant idea. I hope that is the case, man. Like, I want November to be my Modern Warfare Remastered and writing month. It's gonna be quite something, man. November for NaNoWriMo, I can't wait for it. I'm so excited for it. I just want to pop out. I want to start writing right now, but I can't. I have to keep this all inside, because I have to. There's just something inside me that will not allow me to just to start yet. I have to wait. I have to wait until the time has come. I have to wait until November, because in November, the right time will come, and I will finally be able to take my revenge on last year. And it's something that it definitely can use as more of a motivator than I already have. And it's like that. At all costs, this thing will get done, and I'm very excited for it, man. It's gonna be a blast. And whenever I finish, if it ends up, working in my favor, who knows what could hold in the future, man? Who knows what the future will hold? And it's gonna be incredible, man. But yeah, I just wanted to talk in this video about how I use Call of Duty as a platform to move my story forward, to think about it more, and to use it as this platform that allows my brain to just go blank, and then because of that it goes directly into the story. Because sometimes, whenever you're writing, you get all this stuff coming into your mind for the stuff that's going on right now, and you're like, no, I want to strictly just think about my writing. And I can definitely use Call of Duty for something like that. But you guys have been awesome today. If you got through the whole video, thank you very much for caring and giving a damn. Really do appreciate it, man. Have an awesome day, guys.